Now I'm going to show you the three properties of logarithms, and it shouldn't be a big mystery that they're directly related to the three properties of exponents. The first property of exponents says when you multiply two things that have the same exponents, same base, you add their exponents. Now we all know that one. And here's what it looks like in logarithm form. We are multiplying two things that have the same base. So when you multiply two things with the same base, you add their exponents. Now, if you followed what I told you in the original video on logarithms, you'll remember that a logarithm is an exponent. And so here are the two exponents. You multiply two things with the same base, you add exponents. This is the property of logarithms. Here's another property. The second property of logarithms comes directly from the second property of exponents. When you divide two things with the same base, you subtract their exponents. And so here we are dividing two things with the same base. We want to subtract exponents. And so this is what the properties look like. Third and last property says when you raise something with an exponent to an exponent, you multiply exponents. And so here we're raising something with an exponent to an exponent. We multiply exponents. Now again, one exponent is the logarithm. The other exponent is what looks like an exponent. That's the y. So there's the three properties of logarithms. Let me show you how those work. And so here is something that we want to change. Proper terminology is expand. Notice we've got 4 times x. When you multiply two things that have the same base, then you add the exponents. So the log base 3 of 4x is the log base 3 of 4 plus the log base 3 of x. Here's another one. Second property of exponents. You divide two things with the same base, you subtract the exponents. Notice it matters what order you subtract in, top minus bottom. And third property, we're going to take the 3 and write it on the front. So there's the three properties of exponents. Let's use them in reverse. We got a log base 5 of x, log base 5 of 7 added together. That's the same as the log base 5 of 7 times x. Adding and multiplying go together. Now we'll have a little bit of work to do before we can put these two logarithms together into one. On the left, the 2 log base 4 of x is the same as log base 4 of x squared. The 3 log base 4 of y is the same as log base 4 of y to the third. That's property 3. Now the minus in between property 2 says divide x squared and y cubed. And so that's how we can rewrite logarithm expressions using the properties. Now, why do we need such a thing? Well, if we're going to solve this equation, then we've got to turn it into a single logarithm. We can do that. You can see the plus here by using property 1. And that is log base 2 of x plus log base 2 of 3 is log base 2 of 3 times x. Now we can use our magic formula to rewrite that in exponential form. The base is 2. The logarithm is the exponent. So 1 is the exponent. Now that's a pretty straightforward equation. 2 equals 3x dividing by 3 gives us x equals 2/3.